It should be a very good evening. Brother Battlefield will bless the food.
Let's bow for word of prayer. Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for this wonderful night. A night that we pause to remember, a night that we pause to say thank you, and to just encourage others by the accomplishment of these 4 people here tonight and their families. Father, we thank you for the opportunity to gather and to remember and to share. But Father, families gathering. It is so wonderful to share and see old friends. But now, Father, we ask you to bless our meal. Bless Mr. Isaacs that he might feel better. But may our meal this evening bless us, encourage us, but may our fellowship delight us. In Jesus' name we pray and thank you. Amen.
Like Coach Wright said, I was in the gym at 4:30 and he calls and says, hey, I need you to come over here and MC this. So I apologize for you getting the D-level MC at a Hall of Fame induction ceremony. I am happy though to be here. I love this place, and I love the people that make it up, and I'm just excited at the opportunity to present these forward for you all. We will induct 4 tonight, and this will be our class of 2022. Okay, the first one, we're going to go ahead and get started. Josh Johnson is a 1996 graduate of Central Hardin, where he lettered in varsity football, varsity baseball, varsity track and field, and powerlifting. As a multi-sport athlete and captain, Josh acquired numerous accolades and awards, including being named All-District Baseball in 1994, All-Area Baseball in 1995 and 1996, and All-Area Football in 1995. Josh was a member of the 1st District Championship football team in 1992 and 1st District Championship baseball team in 1994. In the area of track and field, Josh earned the 1992 region runner-up in pole vaulting and went on to place 3rd in the sectionals that same year. In 1994, Josh placed in 1st in the bluegrass powerlifting meet at 155-pound class, obtaining a meet record of 570-pound deadlift. Later in 1995, he placed 3rd in the 185-pound weight class. Steroids, Josh? No. As a student athlete, Josh was a 2-time recipient of the Friday Night Hit of the Week, designated an Ultra Bruin in strength and conditioning, was a DARE ambassador, an FCA member, and voted most athletic in the senior class for 1996. Josh proved his leadership skills both on and off the field. After graduation from Central Hardin, Josh attended Western Kentucky University, where he graduated with degrees in English and physical education. He also coached Bruin football for 8 years. In 2002, Josh began teaching at G.C. Burkhead Elementary and continues to do that so today. In 2007, Josh returned to Western Kentucky University and earned his master's in exercise physiology. Josh opened and continues to operate the Elizabethtown Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and kickboxing, where he has trained thousands of adults and children and military personnel, producing over 20 MMA belt holders and 600 MMA fight and local, regional, and international shows. Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Johnson.
Let me move this down a little bit. All right, I have my game plan, Coach Lewis, so we should be good to go here. I've had a very blessed life, and just like anyone who's had a blessed life, there's many people to thank. So I'm going to do a lot of name dropping for a couple of minutes here. First, I want to thank my parents who are over there, my dad and my mom, who, go ahead, never missed a game that I ever played from from the time I was playing peanut league baseball to graduation. And they never missed a single one of my sister's games as well. Not this sister. I'll talk about her in a second. But I had another sister who was a really, really good athlete and a really kind of a local star. I think she started 120 straight basketball games and played softball and was very good. So I'm a believer that if you have an older sibling that's a pretty good athlete, then you have an advantage, because she was always dragging me out to the yard to play. And like Mr. Campbell likes to never miss a chance to say, I was always at the basketball gym, but I wasn't always watching. I was playing cut ball with the other boys and girls in the hallways. He used to have to run us out of there a lot. So I appreciate you, and I thank you very much, Mom and Dad. Thank you. I invited 3 visitors that meant a lot to me when I was in high school and even in middle school. And 2 of them couldn't make it, but I want to mention them because they're special people to me. One is Andrew Hunley, who was a running back on that very good East Hardin team that last year of East Hardin, I believe. And he, at Matt Watt's house for 2 or 3 years, every Friday night, I would see him hanging out with Matt's sister, and we would talk about baseball. I think he played some shortstop, didn't he? Left-handed shortstop? Wasn't he left-handed? Okay. Okay. Well, I get the stories mixed up a little bit, I guess. But you know, I really appreciate that, because we talked, just the history of the game, and I think that East Hardin team gave up 4 points a game. It's still probably in the record books. Another person that was really special to me was Donald Kirby, an old West Hardin guy. When you're a West Hardin guy, everyone punches down on you. You get E-Town, of course they punch down on everyone. You have East Hardin, it was rough, everyone had something to say about West Hardin, and then you had North. But I had Donald Kirby to look up to, and he literally ran over people and shut them up. So he couldn't make it tonight, but I keep in contact with him because he's a special person to me. And John DeRamos over there was my lifting partner in high school, and it's one of those things that we just went to war every day in the weight room. He was a little bit older than me. We held each other accountable, and I credit that relationship to a lot of my success. I was able to gain weight, get stronger, be faster, and perform better. Next is Central. I remember about 10 years ago, Chris Bauer was quoted in the paper saying he's Central Hardin's biggest fan. And I would like to challenge him for that title, because the place means a lot to me. Not only the athletics, but the school itself. It was a lot of tough love on the fields, but it was soft love in the building. And I just want to mention a few people. Pam Ross was one of the teachers that I remember. Kim Hardin tutoring me in the morning for math. And I didn't know Rosalie Battistoni was going to be here, but I have her on my list as well, so now she thinks I added her late, but I didn't. She was, already on there. So, and of course my sister, who's a beloved teacher at Central Hardin, and has been there for how many years? 30. This is 30? Yeah, she can't give it up.
She was my teacher.
Yeah. So, she's one of the 5 best people I've ever known in my life. So, very good. I was lucky to play for the coaches that I did. And I don't want to say too much. I can't go on too much about that, or I'll probably get teary-eyed. But there are some things here that I learned that I apply to my life every day going forward. And one is even from middle school. Mike Allen, who was our middle school coach. You're either a hitter or a hittee. And every time I feel sorry for myself or I'm getting down about something, I remember those words. And I think I've heard other people say that, so I think that resonated with everyone that ever played for him. So He's no longer with us, but he'll be in my heart forever. Discipline over motivation. You know, you can be motivated, but that will subside over time. If you're disciplined, then you can accomplish whatever you need to get accomplished. And I was joking with Coach Lewis. I had longer hair earlier this week, but I knew he was going to be here, so I had to trim up my hair. I didn't want to do push-ups up here, but that is the type of stuff that I needed, and a lot of us needed, and I really appreciate it. And I also learned anything is possible when a group is on the same page working together. And now I get an opportunity to coach jiu-jitsu athletes and a lot of MMA fighters at all levels, including Duramos was an MMA champion for us about a decade ago, 10 years ago. So I learned, we've been pretty successful, and I credit, what I learned from my coaches as part of that for sure. That's about all I have. I have one more. I have a quote. It's from Raekwon from the Wu-Tang Clan. I never dreamed of success. I just got up every day and worked hard for it. And that's what I think I've learned from a lot of the people that are special to me, and they happen to be in this room today. So, Coach Van Zant, Coach Lewis, I hope that I've made you proud. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Josh. Our next inductee is Elizabeth Brashear Adams. In 1999, she graduated from Central Hardin High School as a student athlete. Elizabeth was a girls varsity cheerleader throughout our high school. She was a member of the 1998 fourth place state championship team, and in 1999 the K-POS state champion, and then again in 1999 she was awarded the Gym Time All-Star Cheerleader Award. After high school, Elizabeth decided that she would attend the University of Louisville and cheer, and she did that from 2000 to 2001. And while at U of L, she was part of the second place NCAA National Champion Team. As a Cardinal, Elizabeth pursued a degree in interior design and architect, and upon graduation, Elizabeth worked for a design firm from 2004 to 2007. During that time, poor Kevin Adams got married. And in 2008, Elizabeth started her own business, Elizabeth Adams Design and Consulting. And she is currently experiencing great success, which includes completion of J.R. Neighbors and the Cavern Club, both located on the square in Elizabethtown. Elizabeth credits cheerleading to her success as an adult. Elizabeth notes that she wishes to set an example for her two greatest accomplishments in blessing, Samuel and Claire. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to present to you Elizabeth Adams.
For those that know me, I've never been at a loss for words, and I really didn't know what to write. I didn't really know what to say. When Mr. Isaacs called and told me that I was a nominee, I was very, very honored and very, very humbled, because cheerleading has evolved drastically over the years, and we've kind of gone from having the term, I believe we were called rah-rah girls, spirit leaders, to now being considered an athlete. And the whole time we were considered those other things, we were athletes. It's just now people are actually starting to notice, and it's an honor to be called an athlete, and it's an honor to be here with you all at the Hall of Fame for Central Hardin. One when I started cheering, it had nothing to do with trying to compete or prove anything. I truly, truly loved cheering. I loved cheering for women's sports. I chose the Lady Bruins to cheer for. I chose the Lady Cardinals to cheer for. We also cheered football, and that was very exciting as well. But I have really, really enjoyed seeing women's sports and how it has taken off and gained the respect that it has today. But I love Central Hardin, like Josh said. I had a place in my heart to be a Bruin. I remember every year, Miss Buckles, my coach, wanted us to do a tryout cheer. Everybody wants to be a Lady Bruin. And my senior year, I did that cheer. And I mean, I'll never forget. I can't remember any other tryout, but I won't forget that one. And my senior year, I was most school spirit with Justin Pauley, who he does have more school spirit than me. He's proven it, but I might be a close second. So it was an honor to be a Central Hardin Bruin at all times. And we shared a very special bond with our girls basketball team. It created memories for me and for everyone. Not only were we there for them through many state tournament visits, which Coach Buckles led them to, they were there for us to watch us win our state title. And to experience that support was overwhelming, and it's something that I tell my kids, and I hope my kids get to experience it. I have a lot of thank yous to give. Of course, my high school coaches were Miss Benita Buckles and my mom, Lou Ann Brashear. My mom's been coaching me since I could walk. She entered me in every dance competition, cheer competition, from the time I was about 6 years old on. And she taught me how to perform, she taught me how to compete, she taught me how to want to win and be the best. She always applauded me at my successes, and then we set a new game plan to set a higher goal. And setting that new game plan every time we reached a success is what really plummeted me to go for my dream, and that was to be a college cheerleader. And not just a college cheerleader, I wanted to cheer for the best. And through my mom's coaching and Miss Buckles at Central Hardin, it really set a platform. And it wasn't just cheerleading skills, it wasn't just discipline skills, but it was a platform that taught me perseverance, support, sportsmanship, tenacity, grit, and that is what allowed me to have the confidence to set forth at gym time and to set forth at U of L and try out and make it. And I've applied those same things to my life as I have entered into my own business. But it all goes back to starting loving Central Hardin, loving being a Lady Bruin, and where it all went from there. He's not here, but Tim Isaacs also decided when we would travel to go to competitions, he would drive our school bus. He would drive the cheerleaders. Most bus drivers don't go to the practice mat, but he did. Most bus drivers don't sit and do the whole routine with you, and he did. He knew the cheerleading routine. He drove our bus. He was with us every step of the way. So Tim has always, or Mr. Isaacs, has always been a memory there too, as he was a teacher at the time, not the principal, but he literally volunteered to drive our bus, and he ended up being, I think, an assistant coach. I'm not sure, but I would love to thank Tim. I know when I started out at a young age, I know my dad was hoping that I would pitch ball in the yard. Instead of throwing ball, I was throwing back tucks, and he learned how to spot me and learn how, so I could practice at home. And I trusted him. I don't know if he was confident in what he was doing, but I knew he'd catch me. He could catch the ball, he could catch my body, so he would spot me in the yard. So I have a lot of thanks to my parents for driving me to Louisville multiple times a week, driving me to practice, spotting me, paying for endless gymnastics lessons, just so I could pursue my dream. It's also a special thing for me that he wasn't my husband at the time, but he was a very special person in my life. But Kevin Adams, my husband, got to see me cheer in high school. He got to see me cheer in college. He got to see me coach. He got to see me and our daughter cheer for a brief time. And knowing where I've come from and what I've worked for, and him being a part of that, I cherish that. And so I thank him for always supporting me as well. Like I said before, I never dreamed that trying out my freshman year, nervous if I was going to make it, that it would turn into this. I never dreamed that it would open the doors that it's opened. I never dreamed that it would teach me the lessons that it's taught me. But I hope and pray that from what I've learned and what I've experienced, that I can share that with other young women, young cheerleaders. I invited my nieces here tonight because they're cheerleaders. And I wanted them to see that they're athletes and their sport is special. So I hope that I can be an example and pass on the wonderful values that Central Hardin and being a Lady Bruin has taught me.
Chan Walsh is a 2007 graduate of Central Hardin, where he was a 4-year starter for the baseball team and a 3-year starter for basketball. As a baseball player, Chan is the school's all-time leader in hits with 175. He averaged over 40 hits per season, earning him a place as the region leader in hits in each season. During his high school baseball career, Chan had 100+ stolen bases, was a member of the Kentucky East-West All-Star Game. He helped lead Central Hardin during his senior year to the most wins in baseball history at the time. As a basketball player, Chan was the area leader in assists and steals during his junior and senior years. He was a single-season record holder for assists with over 150 his junior season and 350 for his career. Chan had over 250 career steals during his senior year. And during his senior year, he helped lead the team to the number 8 ranking in the state's AP poll. He contributed to the 24-win season. 16 of those were consecutive. Chan also played in the prestigious King of the Bluegrass games his senior year. After high school, Chan played Division I baseball at Louisiana Monroe College. He currently runs a travel baseball organization with over 150 players ranging from ages of 13 to 18 years old from Elizabethtown area and all over Kentucky and Tennessee and Southern Illinois. Chan Walsh has always been remembered as someone that would help others. And ladies and gentlemen, Chan Walsh.
First off, congratulations to everybody else that was being inducted tonight and everybody that has such a large part in the athletic program at Central Hardin. So I really appreciate that, and this program means so much to me. So seeing others that have been in my, I guess, school and others that continue to thrive, I greatly admire, and I know going forward the success of Central Hardin is in good hands. So on the way up here, Coach Thompson texted me this morning. Can you hear me? Okay. On the way up here, Coach Thompson texted me this morning and said, "Hey, do you have a speech ready?" So I thought about it. I was like, "No, I don't." So on the way up here, I grabbed a notebook and I said, "I'm going to write down some thoughts that came to my head of different stories I have with different people here." So here's what I got. First off, to me, when team sports are right, you become part of a family that you aren't born into. When team sports are right, you share a common love for a game, and I guess a common goal, and that goal is for success. So here are the thoughts I came up with different areas, almost a timeline of my life of sports. One of my very first memories in not only sports but in life is when I was 2 years old. My dad, sitting right there in the orange shirt, brought me home a Fisher-Price basketball goal. We were in Indian Hills. I would guess I was probably 2 years old. I can remember riding to White Mills baseball games at the age of 4 and 5. After that, I remember a brown Spalding baseball glove my brother Ryan, sitting right there, gave me. I was probably 6. I can remember a blue Omaha 2000 baseball bat my mom bought me from Duke's for 11-year-old All-Stars. So from there, I'm trying to think of some other memories. I didn't write everything down, but I got some coming to my head. I can remember when I decided to go from E-Town City Schools to Central Hardin. I was sitting at home, and the caller ID came up, and it said Central Hardin High School. Coach Wright talked to my parents and said, hey, we're going to have open gym so-and-so days. I remember being dropped off at the top of the gym doors, walking to the small gym, grabbing a drink of water, only to go back and grab another drink because I was nervous. That would have been going into my freshman year. I can remember my first summer baseball game. Coach Thompson, we played at E-Town High School. It was back when, during the summer, you played high school ball during the week. It was like an 11 afternoon game. I showed up, he gave me my jersey, and I guess the rest is history on that. I can remember my first basketball game. We were playing at Nelson County High School. It was a JV game. We entered with 2 coaches. Coach Kofer, sitting right here, was the JV coach. Coach Nickel was the assistant coach. Coach Wright was watching the girls' game in the big gym. Some bad refereeing led to Coach Wright finishing the game, and the other 2 were hauled off somewhere.
Coach Nickel's fault.
So
Another one, didn't they?
They did.
to me, Central Hardin has always been such a family, and the reason for that to me also is the fact that you could go to any Central Hardin game when I was in high school, and I vividly remember this. Coach Wright's mom, Coach Wright's dad, Coach Wright's brother, and Coach Wright's nephews were always at the game. In baseball, Coach Thompson's mom and dad were always at the games, and that's something that always stuck out to me. The family environment that was Central Hardin and the support that everybody had for others. I've learned a lot from my coaches at Central. Coach Kofer always knocked me down, but he would pick you up. I learned that. It's okay to knock a player down. I do baseball for a living now, and I work with kids. It's okay to knock a player down if they know you have their best interest in mind. And they know that you put forth the work with them in order to succeed. But, the family environment is something, I've been a part of many sports teams. My years at Central, I can't say how blessed I was to be a part of so many great people. And still today, there's these people I talk to, Coach Nickel, Coach Kofer, Coach Thomas, Coach Thompson, I talk to routinely, and I know if Coach Wright also, and I know if I need anything, there wouldn't be a hesitant bone in their body to come help me. But really appreciate everybody. I look forward to the future of Central Hardin Athletics. I keep up with it regularly. And lastly, I would like to thank my parents. As I've done this job myself, I realize how much dedication is involved from the parent side. Our summer vacations growing up weren't at the beach, they were at the baseball field. Which in turn, I would much rather be on a baseball field than the beach. But there's a lot that goes in that, and without that foundation of starting early and having people that support you, along with my brothers, I always admired them. And without that foundation of taking interest in what I did as a young kid, then I don't become probably even a high school athlete. So the parents part and the family, there's a lot that goes into that people don't see. But hope everyone has a good rest of their night, and congratulations to everybody else. The food was great. I appreciate that. And go Bruins, I guess.
Our last inductee is Samantha Sharon Head. Samantha is a 2008 graduate of Central Hardin, where she was a member of the Lady Bruin basketball team, including the 2004 regional championship team, the 2004 5th region all-tournament team, the 2005 through 2008 all-district, all-region team. In 2007, Samantha was named Sophomore of the Year. She is the all-time leading scorer at Central Hardin in basketball, including girls and boys, with 2,300 points, and in the top 5 in assists and steals for the girls. In the classroom, Samantha was continually an honor student. After graduation, she attended Bellarmont College, played basketball as a Lady Knight her freshman year, and then transferred to the University of Kentucky. Graduating in 2014, she currently resides in Elizabethtown with her husband and 4 daughters. Ladies and gentlemen, Samantha Sharon Head.
Okay. Like everyone said before me, this is such an honor. I grew up playing basketball, constantly in the gym. I acquired so many life lessons, memories, and friends from playing basketball at Central. It really was a special time in my life. I want to say thank you to a few people. Firstly, to Central Hardin and Coach Buckles and his staff for all his time and energy he dedicated to us. And Miss Buckles, it was an honor playing for you for 7 years. Thank you to my parents, who also dedicated their time, energy, and money in getting me any place I needed to be to play ball. Since becoming a parent, I have a greater appreciation for that, giving up your time and energy, and I think back and it blows my mind that all of that was given with no complaining and gladly given. Thank you to my grandparents, who I'm pretty certain never missed one of my games ever, even traveling to California with us. My grandmother videotaped every single basketball game I've ever played in, so we have all those. She kept stats while she videotaped. It's very impressive. And my grandpa yelled at the refs a lot. Anyways, I want to thank you all again for this honor. I'm very blessed to have been a lady for over 7 years. Thank you.
Well, like I said, you all got the DMC. I forgot to give the plaques out to each person, so I apologize for that. Will you please join me, though, one more last time in congratulating the 4 great recipients for this year? Just like I said, guys, I'm so honored just to be, with I mean, we're going on 30 years old, I think, now, and the people that are in the building have a huge part of that. So we have people back there that have been a part of it for all 30 years, and I'm just very, very proud to be a part of it. So on behalf of the athletic department and everyone at school, we want to thank you all for your contributions and your support of Central Hardin Athletics. Your 4... Okay. The 4 recipients, we would like y'all to come back up so we can give you your plaques.
First of all, Josh Johnson. Elizabeth Bashir Adams.
Thank you.
Won't they stay? Josh, come back up here and stand in front.
It's Cardinal Red.
Yes. Let's see. Chan Walsh. Samantha Sharon Head. And Chief Black.
I didn't do that. I didn't mess that part up. That was just a chance. Guys, one more round of applause. Remember, recipients and families, remember, you all will have the space in front of the one space in front of the stadium there. Around the middle of the second quarter, please come down to the flagpole area. Coach Wright will be down there to lead you all on at halftime, okay? This does conclude our night. We want to thank EC3 and Mr. Ramsey and his staff for everything. Just thank you guys. We appreciate everything.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Congratulations, buddy. Good to see you.
Hey, you didn't pay enough. Doing well, all's well.